Hi, welcome to Maslow Tarot. I'm here to give you an energy check-in for April 20th through April 30th for all signs. I will go ahead and note the timestamps below for you once we're all done here. So let's see what's going on with you guys, starting with Aries. And I'm going to actually move the camera down so you can see the cards. All right, so we're doing an energy check-in for Aries. What is going on with you for this April 20th through April 30th? What do we need to talk about? What's going on? For April 20th through April 30th for Aries. Got a lot of strength here, getting through some rough times. There's a lot of cards, but we'll try to take them here. So getting through a lot of rough times with the strength card, but coming out on top, not turning into a bitter person or letting it overcome you. It looks like there was a major upheaval here. Maybe with regards to feeling like you're in control or in power. It didn't go how you wanted it to go. We've got some balanced emotions though, so you are keeping everything together. Maybe your mental thoughts aren't going so well because we do have the King of Swords in reverse here. There's a lot of court energy. But that's Aries right there. Aries or Sag. But it might be causing, there might be a lot of disruption in the home life with regards to how you guys speak to each other. I think this Emperor is in reverse is going with this King of Swords. Who's in control? Who's going to make the decisions? And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. This could have to do with what you guys are spending your money on. But just remember to have that strength and compassion. You are doing what you need to do with regards to how you're dealing with this as a team. Just make sure you pay attention to how you talk to each other. It could just be a controlling issue. A lot of people, the way they deal with their pain and the way they deal with discomfort has to do with a need to be in control. I'm seeing everybody's holding their, emotions together and being able to make the conversation happening. It just might not be very good towards each other. But you guys both have the same goal in mind, but it might be causing a disconnection in the relationship. Let's get some advice for Aries. Whoa, cards do not want to shuffle. Advice for Aries, please. All right. Advice for Aries here for April 20th through April 30th and dealing with this upheaval, this unexpected burden, this shift. Some advice for Aries, please. Now, the Four of Pentacles, somebody is being stubborn, refusing to an ending of some sort, maybe in denial, not really seeing what's ahead. Just think of this as a whole new chapter and start to heal before it gets even worse. There's gonna be a new cycle around the corner, and you don't want to have this stress of what is going on affecting the possibilities for the future. Because you guys don't want to let this go. This isn't like something that's going to break you guys. You know, you're just concerned about what to do next. But just know a whole new cycle is coming. And now's the time to be vulnerable. Connect with each other. And there'll be a new cycle. A whole new beginning with regards to what you guys are going through. And it's going to be good. Any more advice for Aries? Yes. Take action with love and vulnerability. We got the Death card with the King of Swords. They both kind of came out sideways, so it's kind of up in the air what's going to actually happen with regards to death and rebirth here, an ending and a powerful change, a transition. So this is definitely transitional energy. Someone just doesn't really have a great attitude about it. We've got the King of Swords here twice in reverse. It doesn't feel good. So there needs to be an attitude change in order to move forward and take an action that actually takes you guys out of the cycle and starts a whole new perspective on this. Okay. Let's check it out for Taurus. Oh, dropping things. You should just call me the klutzy reader. That'll just be my name. So Taurus is going to be at 6:45. Okay. Taurus for April 20th through April 30th, please. The bull for Taurus. Taurus for April 20th to April 30th. Taurus for April 20th to April 30th, please. What's going on for Taurus? Ungrounded emotions or blocked emotions. Queen of Cups in reverse. For Taurus, please. Okay. So someone's feeling very lonely. Someone's feeling very out of touch with their emotions and what usually makes them happy. They're hanging on though. They're realizing it, they understand, they're exploring what it is within that is, it changed in them as far as this Hermit energy going into isolation mode. Feeling very lonely though, a little too isolated, but that's kind of like the story. That's kind of how everybody's dealing right now. We've got a painful ending. Maybe there was a breakup. Ace of Swords, maybe someone lied. We have Six of Swords. So you got painful endings coming to light, lies coming to light. Something about looking good in front of other people, but knowing deep down the secrets and wanting, and not, you know, blasting them, you know, on Facebook or not doing the wrong thing. You're taking the higher ground and not destroying this person, it feels like. Can I get some more information on this Ace of Swords in reverse, please? Yeah. I feel like there was a betrayal. It hurt. It was the end of a cycle. Definitely. So we got unhappiness here. What about this Knight of Swords in reverse with the High Priestess in regards to the Six of Wands. Oof. So yeah, we have a really negative message coming in here for a loss. Something that really kind of took you down a notch, and you're just really focused on it right now, feeling like you have low self-worth, no value. But I think it's because you're really alone right now. You don't have anybody to uplift you. Make sure you're surrounded by people who support your highest self, and your happiness. Because I mean, the ending of all this energy, like, so here's your ending here, right? Look at all this energy, Taurus. I mean, it's the ending of unhappiness, a blocked new beginning, the truth, holding all that truth in, taking the higher ground, being the bigger person, not going and attacking when you know this person's deepest, darkest secrets. Definitely not moving forward. It's time to move out of this lost energy, because all you're losing is a bunch of unhappiness. Don't let it hit your self-worth. Don't let gossip and cruel things people can say get to you, because only you know what is true, right? Or as long as you know what is true and that you did your best in a situation that you know, otherwise, it's learning. If you didn't make the right decisions, or if you really pissed somebody off, if you hurt somebody and it's ending, or there's definitely an ending here, but it can only be for the best, because it was attached to all these negative things. And it was definitely not your path. So I think, there's going to be a tower here in order to move you forward and finally get you back on your path of happiness. So stop focusing on the past. Let's get you some advice, Taurus. Some advice for Taurus for April 20th or April 30th, please. Okay. Oh. Should I take them? Yeah. Okay. Advice. Advice for Taurus. Too many. Okay. That'll be it for that. Okay, so as far as the advice, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Empress. So you can't move forward without letting go of the past. You can't move forward if you're still juggling these two ideas about yourself. I don't know how long you were in this situation for, but it could have been a long time to where it impacted your self-esteem, your self-worth, your value. But it's time to let that go, because it's over. You might not get a closure that you need. You might not get the closure that you need. It might not have turned out the way you wanted it to, but it was something that was keeping you from your new offer. It's also keeping you from nurturing yourself and believing in yourself. And all this energy is keeping you from moving forward and actually seeking out that new cup, that new opportunity. So we got losing control here of one of those opportunities, or one of those things that are, an investment in yourself. But what's blocking you is this. So we have the Empress in reverse, not really taking care of yourself, not really having your best self in mind, being codependent. And it's not letting you move on. So a big part of this is moving forward. Explore what happened, and understand that in order for a new beginning to come in, or for you to get out of this cycle, you have to let it go. trust your truth and move on. Okay. Now we've got Gemini. All right, Gemini. Duality. The twins. All perspectives. Okay, let's see what's going on for Gemini. What's going on for Gemini for April 20th through April 30th? Oh. Oh. Not getting what you wanted. And having a bad attitude towards it, but in a way of like not nurturing the truth from that situation, if that makes any sense. All right, more for Gemini, please. Guarding this. Oh. An idea. But a message comes in. An idea. You're not sure if it's true or not, or if you should follow through, or what it is, or what it means, or what even you want to do with it. You're not sure what you want. Yeah. Chaos and confusion, unclarity, no mercy. This could either be lies, a sneaky person who's lying, or strategically getting what you want. Or maybe it's somebody trying to get what they want. Got the Wheel of Fortune here, whole new cycle, not waiting anymore. Or feeling stuck because this whole quarantine stuff. Yeah, defeated and stubborn. It's a lot of stuck energy. Pay attention to any communication that comes in, as it may not be for your highest benefit. It may be just to keep them from being lonely. Or it may be just, or it may be helping to keep you on your end from having to go within. Got a new cycle here. But right now you have to get out of defeated, stubborn energy, sticking to what you have and, you know, being very protective. Then there's an impatience, a quick communication, and maybe you're going to be having some sexy sex. I don't know. But, like, maybe you're just looking for hookups right now. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, definitely impatient. It's been a while. Not wanting to wait and not wanting to sit in this defeated energy where things didn't go as planned. You get the 2 tens in reverse here. All right, Gemini, I'm gonna get you some advice here. Because it looks like you might be stuck in this defeated energy. And I mean, the situation that we're in right now, we can't exactly change. So it's going to be a lot of communication, a lot of messages, a lot of online connecting with people. But you're going to be able to see things for what it really is when you start to get to know people. It's going to make you want to go back into your cave. Let's see. Some advice for Gemini, please. We've got Justice and the Three of Pentacles. That reminds me of being there for your true allies, working together on a plan. Yes, a very deep connection, a very good partnership. Doesn't have to be romantic energy, it could be friendship, but finding somebody to collaborate with is what you deserve. Somebody who brings equality to the table. You're going to want to reach for it. But don't close yourself off to opportunities either. Whoa. Ha. Where are you going? Yep, there's that Five of Swords again. The Two of Wands. Making a decision to take this defeat and really use it to get over this pain. Come out the victor. Definitely making a decision here. Or it's going to take a big decision that needs to be made in order to be ready to get over this pain. But first you need to understand that pain. And try to be friends first, I guess. I think that's it. Advice for Gemini. Things weren't what it was, and it's time to move forward. It's time to explore your options. You weren't defeated. You put everything you had into this. You were very stuck on trying to make this work, but inevitably comes in a new cycle. There's going to be some messages that really confirm this, whether it be something that kind of cuts deep, it's pretty harsh, or it's inspiring in order to strategize. But it does have to do with not being a little bit afraid to go within, and or maybe strategically going within and coming out of it in terms of the victor, because you're heading right back to that situation. There's an impatience here. Careful of quick communication. Mercury is in, or Aries is in Mercury, or Mercury is in Aries, sorry, which is causing people to be a little bit more feisty and a little bit more rash with their words. Whenever you're feeling impatient or down and out, mind your words, because it can really have an impact on who is there for you, or how people are there for you, and how you feel later. But I guess the big thing here is if you're going to make a decision to stay in the defeated energy or come out the victor, which is easier said than done. Totally understand, but maybe go within, find out what you want, realize that you can achieve it and that you deserve it, as the Justice card said. All right, thank you, Gemini. We're going to Cancer 20. All right, so for Cancer, let's see what's going on for you. Cancer for April 20th to April 30th, please. All right, Cancer, April 20th to April 30th. Cancer. Oh, did you see that? That's funny. Ooh, I got this strategic man here. Where's he going away from? Okay. So strategically avoiding answering which direction you're going to go in. Or an idea about your direction, or thinking about where you're going to go. This could be a lot of ego work that needs to be done, or some ego work. Figuring out what's behind your decisions. What are you strategizing for? What are you avoiding? What are you not utilizing? Cancer, anything else? Not using your inner voice, or your inner sight, or inner knowing. It looks like more of a materialistic focus. We got the Lovers card here. Oh. I'm gonna put that upright because it like leaped at the Lovers card. Yeah. I feel like strategically trying to move in the direction of somebody who means a lot to you. Maybe you're looking to move. You had a lot of time alone, and now you're really wanting to build a foundation with somebody. You want to get over this heartbreak. There's a block in communication, but defenses are down. It's the perfect time to get your idea out there. Just be mindful of how you approach. You're probably going to rush right in there and say, hey, look, I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's do this. Queen of Wands, very motivated, but in a nurturing way. You want to nurture something into growth with this person in regards to a foundation and moving in a certain direction. So this is a good strategy here. That's it for you. All right, Cancer, let's get you some advice here. Just make sure you know that the other person's motivations as well. But I see a lot of movement here, a lot of movement forward. And definitely after a time where someone did the work. Someone went in, really thought about this foundation that they want to build. We got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands here. So this could be very well a counterpart situation, or a soulmate going towards the same thing. Taking some time to get over past hurts. Not really in communication right now, so maybe in separation, but the block is down. It's a green light situation. So we got Cancer. Advice for Cancer, please. Advice for Cancer, please. All right, careful what you invest in. This did come out sideways, so it wasn't exactly reversed. But this is the card of investments. Make sure as much as you want this relationship that you stay happy and you stay within yourself. Maybe it has to do with money. Make sure you can afford it. Yeah, make sure that you, yeah. Okay, I'm making another one for that one, the Nine of Cups. Yeah, you did all the work. You are at a place where you are perfectly happy, perfectly content. You have everything you need. You're abundant. Or someone here is abundant. I'm getting that maybe it's not both of you. Someone is very abundant, very ready for this love opportunity, and the other person is working very, very hard to transform. Burning the midnight oil. Really taking a look at what they want to build and how they're building it. This is definitely some creator energy here. Any advice? Any more advice for Cancer? Whoa. And it comes yellow right over here. Okay. Make sure it's what you want, and how you're going to take action really matters here. Maybe it's not a good idea to really take an intense action until you really know this is what you want, or you understand why you want it. because things can make sense strategically and people can fit the pieces together. But when it comes to like, I'm not seeing a lot of cup energy here. The only cup energy here is a single woman or man, perfectly abundant by themselves. So maybe it's just you're at a place where you're ready to find your soulmate, ready to go for it. And you're just be careful of that give and take when it comes to like your masculine, feminine energies, your give and your take structure. So if you are just planning to give, it might actually cause this person to like run away if they want to give. But maybe it doesn't have to do with action. It's actually just going to happen now. If you keep going for something and it's not working out and it seems to keep, you know, leaving, don't do anything. And it should come back if it's for you. Okay, now we're going to go to Leo. Okay, Leo. All right. Leo, energy for April 20th through April 30th, please, for Leo. Energy. Wow, that was weird. Okay. For Leo, please. And we're done. For Leo, what's the energy like for Leo for April 20th through April 30th? What's going on for Leo? Leo the Lion for April 20th through April 30th. All right. So we've got the Page of Cups in reverse. This could be a rescinding of an offer. This could be somebody who's not really emotionally honest with you, or it's a very shallow proposal. There's the need to make a decision or the need to gain control of your options as far as you're balancing them, but you need to be careful because you have a lot going on right now. It feels like this person's stuck in between this situation. I think this is how the offer is being perceived. Perceived as like shallow, unsure, not sure how real it is, not sure. In the past, they have gone through something that was very embarrassing. It feels embarrassing. And in order to avoid something terrible happening, they're focusing on their money and kind of have a bad attitude towards this offer that's coming in. Maybe has a little bit of a jealous streak. I don't know. What's up with this? Oh. Yeah, definitely putting all their energy into a long-term materialistic opportunity here. But hey, it's coming in if that's what you're focusing on. What's this Five of Swords? Restless energy, can't stop thinking about it. What's this Queen of Wands? finally getting over the anxiety. You went through a lot of anxiety, a lot of disillusionment, a lot of dreams, maybe some nightmares. It was a nightmare. This is nightmare energy. And let's see, what about this Tower in reverse? Oh. Saw the Three of Swords in reverse, wanted to come out. I keep hearing it's more trouble than it's worth. We have definitely the single energy in moving forward. You have a really good balance when it comes to your intentions. You can see both sides of the situation. It looks like you're fine. You're fine just where you are. Just make sure you're not. I mean, the cards say just be careful of any type of selfish attitudes, not nurturing. The deeper meaning behind all this value that you're putting in your life when it comes to money, I guess. Sorry, I have like a croaky voice right now. All right, let's see this Ace of Pentacles. Ooh. Yeah, you know yourself. You know yourself better than anybody on this planet. So you're going for an opportunity right now when it comes to money, when it comes to long-term value. You know exactly what you need. You're a little bit restless over this embarrassing situation or situation that didn't feel good in the past, because it feels like you were given a false opportunity here. Yeah, let's get you some advice, Leo. I just heard, I'm too good for that shit. That's what I heard. I'm too good for that shit. You're not going through that again. But you know what? Not everybody's the same, and we all have a part to play. So I don't know, maybe you have a cycle in how you pick your people that you date or hang out with, and it just, you're over it, but it's like, maybe try something different this time. Maybe just make a bunch of friends. Keep your money in your pocket. Don't try to woo anybody with your money or your looks, Leo. Make them work for it. Okay, let's get some advice for Leo. Wow, that came out quick. Separation, blindfolded, and another page. There's something that you're not seeing when it comes to this separation. A little nugget of truth that could actually help you in a really long way. You might only be seeing your side of the situation, and that can cause a very repetitive cycle. Because, I mean, nobody deserves disrespect or lies or anything like that. That's obvious. But there's something that you're not seeing in regards to this separation that could actually help you a lot. Yeah, see? Something you're not seeing. Make sure you pay attention to all the signs and all the clues so that you know the red flags in the future, but also that so you can understand, where you might have went wrong in this situation, or what wasn't exactly what you thought it was. Grieve it for a little bit. I mean, you're kind of coming out of this grieving energy and you're ready for a new opportunity. Once you're fully done, like bad mouthing it, once you're fully done, if little reminders of the situation pop up, how do you feel when that happens? Like if you're like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of that crazy lady that I dated for 20 years, or this reminds me of how often, if those reminders and that emotion that's triggered with what comes in can really tell you a lot about if you're ready or not to move on, and give you insight to how that's gonna play out. So we're getting Judgment, the Six of Wands, and the Hanged Man. feel like pride could be an issue. That could be the shadow side of this. Taking that new perspective and actually making your decisions differently based on that. This here is a very public card, so very public, in the public eye. People will notice it. And once you start, you know, analyzing it, taking a new perspective and changing that expression of where you're going or how you're going to go about it or how you feel about that, it's going to draw in more people that understand you. So go with your heart, go with your truth. You have your truth right here, and take that with you. It's going to serve you well, Leo. Okay. All right, Leo, thank you. And then we got Virgo at 4106. Sorry, I'm still in the dark ages with paper. All right, Virgo. Let's get you some relaxation here. What's going on with you, Virgo, from April 20th through April 30th? April 20th through April 30th. Virgo for April 20th to April 30th. Virgo. Oh, geez. You see that? I don't know if that should be upright or not. Right. All right, so you've got the 10 of Wands in reverse, the Fool, Page of Wands, the Hanged Man in reverse, Judgment, and the 2 of Coins. A new opportunity that involved a sacrifice, laying down a burden. It was just too much. Potentially murdering you, potentially keeping you from what you truly desire, or just a new idea you wanted to accomplish. You're going to take the step forward and you're going to move towards this new idea, this new opportunity, this new passion, this motivation. You got motivated here. And maybe you're cutting one thing out of your life for another, because we do have this 2 of Pentacles. It is upright, so you're making a conscious decision in order to do so. So you got the Judgment card. You heard a calling. You have your calling. You're making a decision to go forward in one direction and not the other in order to let the other one go. Let's see what else I can get for you. So that's what I was actually thinking of, is the Hanged Man. I was like, what is this doing here? Because that's the Hanged Man card in reverse is generally like a sacrifice, martyrdom, unnecessary pain, unnecessary like overdoing the new perspective, to the point where it kind of like isn't getting you anything new. It's just stagnant. Then we got the King of Cups here. So maybe just closing yourself off towards love so you can go to this new opportunity. So not really checking in with that heart space, because it's just going to lead you to a different direction, and you already chose which direction you want to go. Yeah. Oh. You want to win. You want to get through this. You're putting all your effort into one thing in order to get the happiness. It would make you happier than ever before. You're challenging yourself here. You know what? And it makes you perfectly fine. You're perfectly fine about it. So good for you. Right now, you're taking the time to put all your energy and effort into one thing. Do be careful, because you're still multitasking. And this still can be dangerous, because it can change your whole, not dangerous, but it can still be impactful, because if you close your heart off for too long, you're not really going to remember how to use it. Or you're not going to remember how to reincorporate that into your life if you've given so much to it, this one area of your life. Now, I don't know, this could be for another group of Virgos, but we do have the Tower here with the 10 of Swords in reverse. That is some change, disruption. It feels like the other person's energy, or if there is another person or a whole nother Virgo. So I'm gonna look into that a little bit more. This Tower. Okay. Yeah. This looks like a breakup to me. There's a lot of codependent energy and the person broke it off. There was an avoidance of a painful ending, but the Tower came down and it just happened. It shattered. The person doesn't feel like it was what they deserve and kind of just stuck on it. Not moving on, not moving forward. And they're in this single energy. They can be very abundant if they want to, but they were very, very obsessive about this. They want to think about this all day. What went wrong? What could I have done? How can I get them back? All right. Okay, Virgo, let's get you some advice. First, let's do the Virgo with making the decision and letting a burden go. It's just too hard. It shouldn't be that hard is what I hear. It shouldn't be that hard. You know, if you can't come with me, I'm sorry, I'm going. I want to go in this direction. I can see it. Oh. Okay, advice. We got the Hermit in reverse with the Ace of Cups. There's going to be times where you get lonely. And even if this relationship wasn't meant to be, or it wasn't even meant to be a partnership or relationship, whatever, there's still two sides to every story. So just because one person makes the decision doesn't mean that that person is good to go and move on to another relationship. No, there's a reason why it wasn't working in the first place. And it doesn't always fall on one person, because two people can choose to make something work or they can let go. And sometimes one person is more committed than the other person. And they're just willing to open up and say, this is what I'm working on. I'm sorry I made this mistake. But the other person never, ever opens up. So it's kind of like they never make a mistake. I don't know. It's just kind of working out. Yeah, so got a very logical mindset here. There's no more passion. It felt shallow and empty. This is their side, or the person who ended it. There was nothing more we could do. I didn't want this anymore. It didn't feel good. And whatever we did put emotionally into it, it just felt like I was going through the motions. Dang, Virgo. I mean, it takes a very strong person to, break it off with somebody who is so attached to them. You know what I mean? So I commend you on that. Just remember, there's always two sides to a story. And people don't have to fall off the face of the earth. We can still be friends with them. But I mean, not everybody's different. I'm not telling you how to live your life. Just remember that you had to do it. You still have love for that person, but you had to do it because you weren't happy. It wasn't hitting the spot. And it didn't feel real. And you need to go pursue this passion in order to really feel like you're alive again. And you have to do it for your own self-worth, your own self. So go on your journey. I hope it's wonderful. Thank you for coming. Okay. All right. Let's do Libra for 50 minutes. All right, we're going with Libra here for April 20th to April 30th. And you know what? I'm actually going to cleanse a little bit of the air. Last one is a little. So I light this Palo Santo to cleanse the air of any negative energy and to bring in the most positive energy so that these readings can be of the utmost truth and clarity for whoever needs them. And so that I may give good advice or good readings of the cards that is useful. Okay. Sorry, it's been about an hour, so I just want to. Okay, so this is for my Libras. Libra, that's rising sun, moon, Venus, or Jupiter. I don't think I've said that this whole time, so I'm going to put that at the beginning or in the description. For Libra. So this is for Libra for April 20th through April 30th. Here we go. April 20th. Five of Swords. What's this Five of? Oh, too many. I'm going to take this back. It was the Death card. If it comes out again, it comes out again. Okay, sorry. Libra, 420, 430. Oh. Okay. All right, Libra, so it looks like we have there was a fight, there was a battle. You're feeling victorious, but there's still a loss here. You got a new perspective on this battle that happened and what actually was gained or lost from it. This battle, this fight, this conflict. Not seeing eye to eye. And it's got a very like, I'm just done. I'm just done with this. I'm not even gonna look at it. Nope. Nope, done. And it looks like you got this new perspective of this person during this fight or this situation. You got a new understanding from it that's just making you want to like not do anything. Like you're like, no, I'm okay. It showed you something that you didn't know before with regards to however this person fought the battle. Like maybe it wasn't really fair. Let's get some more information. Okay, so let's get, what was this fight about? Or what is this conflict? So we got the public celebration card. Unfinished business. Someone just wanted to look good. And they would do anything in order to win. They would do anything in order to win. I mean, you came out with more value because you got this new perspective and you understand now how it really is. So whether you lost a friend or gained some kind of understanding, you can actually take this and move forward. And you were kind of thinking about this before it happened. So you made the decision. You're weighing out your options. What does this really tell me? Oh. Yeah. It's a new opportunity to move forward. There's motivation. To move forward. Wow. So we got, ooh. All right. So taking opportunity and moving forward. You know yourself. You know yourself. You're abundant. You enjoy yourself. You're not really worried about it. You're very motivated, though, when it comes to this opportunity that may be presented. But actually, you're not even looking at it. There's that cup. So that's probably what this is about. You're very happy single. You're very happy where you are. You don't want to partner up with anybody because you've seen it all before. You know exactly what's being offered to you. You don't even have to think about it. All right, let's get you some advice. All right, advice for moving forward from the situation for Libra. Oops. For the Libra. I just heard a gunshot that was like right outside. Okay. Maybe it's not a gunshot. Door closing. Gosh. Okay. Advice for Libra for April 20th through April 30th. Be careful in avoiding a painful ending, or be mindful of a painful ending that happened in the past and how your attitude is reflected towards it. What you think you want might not be what you really want, or what really is what you deserve. You can't control everything. Try to let go of control issues or being stubborn with regards to that. It has to be my way or the highway type attitude, like totalitarian, or like looking at the minute, fine details, trying to figure out the smallest, slightest thing, the first thing that you see, so you can reject somebody. Being too focused on work. Okay. We got the Four of Wands. It's very heavy foundational energy. Again, it is only wood, so it's not exactly that strong, but right now you have a good foundation to stand on with regards to your abundance and your singledom. But regarding moving forward, It's kind of like being mean to avoid a painful ending, like so that you don't have any shallow beginnings or things that just weren't really what they were offering you. It was like immature. Trust yourself with that, because it looks like you learned something with regards to that specific person in the past and you don't want to be fooled again. And you won't be. But just not everybody's the same. Not everybody is going to carry the same thing, but if you give everybody the same attitude and it's nasty, I mean, then you're going to get the same thing every time, regardless of who comes across your door. All right, so we're going to Scorpio at 101. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio for 420 through 430. All of a sudden, these cards got really heavy. All right, 420 through 430. Scorpio, what are you waiting for? Oh, hello. So we've got setting on a journey or waiting for a ship to come in. But this is upright, so you really actually are weighing out your options in order to take an action. So it's not like you're holding off and being stubborn and trying not to make an action. You're really trying to figure out what to do here. And it's with regards to a romantic or emotional opportunity. It might not be a whole new beginning. Might be something you've been thinking about for a while, so it's not new to you. Or not sure how to move forward, feeling blocked from moving forward even though you want to. Okay, so you got the Wheel of Fortune with the Nine of Cups. You want a new cycle. You're ready for a new cycle. You want your 10th cup. You want your wish fulfillment. But you're strategizing in a way to avoid any type of disaster and dishonest communication. Getting away from dishonesty, lies, deceit, disaster, ruin, a potential disaster. Because the Tower in reverse means it hasn't happened yet. Anything else for Scorpio for April 20th through April 30th? Yeah. So this like disaster mindset might have to do with some healing that needs to take place that hasn't really been touched. Like before you take action on avoiding any disasters, you know, is it something you can heal? Don't be stubborn. Sticking to your old ways. Don't do that. What's this new cycle? And don't be impatient. Be compassionate with yourself and your situation. It's not as bad as it seems. So in a conflict within your ideas of taking action, am I still here? Okay. So having an idea as to how to avoid conflict or to win this conflict within your mind, within yourself, within your options, in regards to traditions or offering a commitment. All right. So we're gonna get some advice for Scorpio. I'm gonna have to get my charger soon. All right. Advice for Scorpio with regards to this new opportunity they're going to be heading towards, and how to deal with this strategic avoidance of destruction and lies, and how to go forward. Advice for Scorpio, please. That's too many. Pay attention to the details in order to make this decision. See both blades, as neither decision is going to be easy. Do what's best for you in order to nurture yourself. And the pain that you have endured. Careful not to bring that pain with you, in a sense of it being kind of out of control. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. There's that Four of Cups, but it's in reverse this time. Not taking an offer, being emotionally closed off. But this is under the Grease and the Empress in reverse. The grief and the Empress in reverse. We got the Five of Cups. Being emotionally closed off. Going backwards. That's one of the decisions. Anything else for Scorpio? You're gonna give me the whole deck. Yeah, so we got the shadow side, which is like the devil in this deck. So, wow. Shadow side, we got the Nine of Swords in reverse. We got the Hanged Man and Justice. So really taking your perspective in order to what is truly the best decision. After many nights of anxiety and not being able to sleep, you're finally getting over that. Maybe there's an obsession, or something is just a little leaning more to the shadow side when it comes to this offer or these decisions that you have to make. So it's like, are you going to get out of that shadow energy now that you have this new perspective and you really took the time to actually seclude yourself and put yourself into that uncomfortable position in order to see things a different way? But you've got the Justice card and it's upright. So you'll make the right decision. Yeah, so some energy here of not moving on from something that maybe wasn't unclear to you, a lie, a deceit. What are you not moving on from? But then we got this guy, Seven of Pentacles, who's just sitting here waiting, you know, to harvest his crop. He's worked a very long time. Could be impatient. I don't know. Could be impatient, trying to hold on to something, just not really wanting to heal it or deal with it. That's that Star card in reverse. And it's painful either way. It's painful to heal, it's painful not to heal. So it's kind of like we have to make a decision. What's going to move you forward in that light? I'm going to go get my charger before I start Sag. Intermission. I need water too. over. Kind of these waters, they explode everywhere, but they're so good. Okay. Whew. So now we're going into Sagittarius. Just a quick little reading for Sagittarius, starting at 111. All right, so what's going on with the Sagittarius? Sagittarius for April 20th and April 30th. We're going to put that back. Sagittarius, please. Ooh, someone's feeling very abundant. About to make a decision. Here's that decision. It's going to be it's a hard decision, but you made the decision and it was a good decision. It really was. You made it. You made a head over heart decision here. You probably didn't take an opportunity that was offered to you. But the timing, I mean, come on, look at these days. It's just, how can anybody accept an opportunity or go for something right now? Maybe they were selfish, only thinking about themselves, and it was quick communication, a quick message that came in, and it was a quick shutdown. Yeah, quick shutdown here, causing a tower for somebody. But after the tower comes an opportunity. Long-term stability. Could have been a friend that you ended it with. Cutting out a third-party situation. Gossip. Yeah, definitely. And taking your time to heal. Or they need to heal from that. Yeah. This could have been a passionate third-party situation. Maybe a long-term opportunity was offered. Yeah. Right on top of the tower, too. So that was ended, and it's time for that to heal. Or to move on. And it's hard. It's hard to, you know, you can lose patience with somebody. You can be very discompassionate and cold. Definitely someone from the past. And closing yourself off emotionally. But you may needed to do that to focus on what you're working on. This long-term, beautiful situation that is stable, comfortable, and it makes sense. So yeah, that's actually, it's pretty clear here. It's a very quick communication. It drops the tower on somebody and then they start to heal from it. But it was a very passionate relationship, but it wasn't going to go anywhere, so it was ended. It was very hard, so the best way to do it, because it was somebody very near and dear to you from a very, could have been a childhood friend or something, but just to close yourself off emotionally is very hard. So it's going to teach you something. It's going to show you some different things about yourself and that person as well. Get some advice for Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Sorry. I don't know what it's in my head. The Metallica song. Ooh. Looks like our candle blew out. Let's move all this over here. I kind of remember everything, so we're good. I can kind of see them. Sagittarius. Some advice for Sagittarius for 420 through 410. I'm sorry, 420. We're going backwards in time. 420 through 430. 10 days, please. Yeah. So use your heart in making a decision in order to move forward. I mean, it's causing, this is, it's more. Yeah, this is definitely an ending of a situation that was very a deep partnership. We've got the the King of Cups. So being very, but he's upright this time. So being very resolved in your decision making. You know, emotionally, it would make sense for this decision to come down. It was really hard to make a decision on what to do next. We have no idea how it's going to go from here, but you said your piece. And it was really kind of weighing on you. It was keeping you up a little bit, and you weren't able to really focus. But you went within, and you saw what was best for you. You know, you're already at the Nine of Cups. You're in a pretty good place. But it's like you've got this Two of Cups here, and you're defending your situation, or you're protective. You're very protective. It's almost like this had to happen, and this is why. The separation versus the why, which is defending your light, your happiness, the actions that you've taken previously, the burden that you have been carrying, or the hard work that you've been putting into something. Anything else for Sag? Either way, this is somebody that you love and that loves you very dearly. And this decision was out of love. Big old fat cup here. Just to remind you, you know, you made the right decision and you had to do what you had to do, and you're just doing what you have to do to protect yourself and protect your situation. You're very emotionally sound, and the other person is not. But you're making the hard decision. All right, who's next? So we got Capricorn at 119. Capricorn, let's do it. So for April 20th through April 30th. Capricorn for April 20th to April 30th. What's going on with you? So you go April 20th to April 30th for Capricorn. Defeated, feeling a focus on unfinished business here. Oh, there's a breakup or disconnection. separation. Time to go within, afraid to walk away, and building your empire. So there's a situation here where there was a battle, there was a fight, you've been fighting, and there's this unfinished business that you feel and that you're really focused on because you're like staring at it. In the realm of relationships, the Hierophant can be marriage or divorce. This looks like a divorce energy, separation energy, non-committal, going against the grain, breaking up of a partnership. Then we have the motivation and the happiness card. So we've got the King of Wands. He's the leader. So whoever made this decision, it was because they needed to. Maybe you made this decision and it, because you were avoiding your happiness otherwise. Or it took you to really go within to see what makes you happy. And to honor that. So going within and being able to see your own light, your own truth, and be able to see what makes you happy, you're able to actually stick, in a really mature energy, in a really mature fashion, be able to take, to make the decision to separate and to close out the cycle. So we have the Eight of Cups here with the King of Pentacles. There was something that you did lose, that you're afraid to walk away from when it came to this connection. It made you feel safe. It made you feel secure. It felt good, but something's keeping you from walking away from it. And it's kind of like, how am I ever going to get that again? You can do it. You can do it, and probably even better so. Now that you've gone within, you've done your work, or after you go within, you do your work and figure out what your truth is and what makes you happy, what motivates you. Okay, Capricorn advice, please, for April 20th through April 30th. Capricorn advice. Advice. We got a big transformation here. We got the Judgment card, Nine of Cups, and the Hermit. So you might feel a little bit lonely after making this decision. And you might be lonely for a while. You might have everything you need for yourself and you're ready to move on. But right now is about transformation from a page into a knight, if you will. So we have this Page of Cups here, which is very dishonest communication. Maybe you're lying to yourself, and it hits you like a tidal wave because you weren't ready for it. So this truth that brings light, illumination to what motivates you, what you want, is a huge transformation within yourself. And in order to do so, you have to be fully honest with yourself emotionally. Capricorn. Advice. Yeah. So take the situation and change it in your mind. Change your mindset on it, because you are the manifester. So you are fully capable, but right now you're manipulating the situation into this avoidance of an ending. Trying to keep something going that was supposed to end with this separation. So taking the logical approach, making that hard decision in order to let it go. No more. Be true to yourself. Be true to what makes your heart happy. Because in the end, all you really got is yourself. And you just want to be true to yourself, or else everything is going to feel like there's going to be a void, like something missing. All right, let's do Aquarius. All right, so we got Aquarius here. Good old air sign. How are you doing for April? April 20th to April 30th. How's it going? Aquarius for April 20th or April 30th. Alright, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for whoever watches this video. Aquarius, what's going on? You're the leader. Ooh, transformation, Death card. Strength card, Major Arcana. Hello. Okay. Got 4 of Cups again. And Aquarius, what else is going on? What's this Death card? Okay, so what I'm getting with this one, I feel very big transition. Whoever this is, they've been through a lot. It has transformed them. It made them a leader. It's motivated them. This is you. Been through a lot. You've gone through this great transformation in order to learn how to be strong for yourself, for others, to keep the peace. And now you're in a position where you want to move forward. You want a long-term opportunity. Maybe you're ready. Maybe you've been thinking about this, taking something and moving it forward. And I think you're gonna do it. But here we have somebody contemplating taking an opportunity that will emotionally be fulfilling. You know, not seeing the long-term value within it. Being afraid of lies and deceit and painful endings, avoiding all these negative things, you know, being kind of afraid. It looks like fear. But then we've got restless energy. It's exciting. I haven't really taken the time to sit here, go within and meditate on it in order to see really where this horse could take you. To try to envision where it's gonna go. You gotta trust the transformation that you have been through and the strength that you had learned and the strength that it needed to do so I think most often than not, when we go through a situation like this that really wakes us up and changes our whole viewpoint of the world, not to mention our emotions towards it as well, our comfortability with accepting a new situation and moving forward, but it's like you have to remember where you've been. You're not going to forget. You can move forward as the new leader, as the motivated woman or man, the strong, independent woman, in order to move forward and create a whole new empire for yourself based on this transformation. You've gotten away from the liars. You've avoided a very nasty situation that could have been horrifying. And maybe it keeps you up at night. It keeps you restless. You just want to move on. You just want to move on, but it's going so slowly. All right, let's get you some. Okay, Aquarius, let's see if we can get you anything else. Actually, I already shuffled these. Let me get this Four of Swords in reverse, please. Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Seeing your own emotions clearly. So it's kind of like a hindsight is 2020. When you go through something drastic like this, it's like a real, a projector goes on in your head, and at certain moments when you're like trying to sleep or whatnot, or you're trying to, things are replaying back in your head just from the day, and it's triggering these old memories. Things that could have been very detrimental to you if you really gave into them. But putting aside the illusion and seeing the truth of what it really is and how you really feel about it. Being very emotionally responsible with the unveiling of the disillusionment that you had to go through in order to transform and change. But this actually feels really good, wherever this is going. It's like you finally get a moment to look at it. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius. All right, I won't sing for you, don't worry. Not gonna sing for you. Okay. Advice for Aquarius. It's done. Advice for Aquarius. It's going on for 420, 430. What should they know? Yes. Okay. We've got a foundation here that is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. The sun is shining. It's decorative. It's celebratory. You've got your friends. Not very many, but you know what? You have exactly what you need in order to really feel abundant, in order to really celebrate, feel good about where you are. We do have the Two of Pentacles, so there's, a situation that may have unfolded that kind of, or a decision that had to be made that made you feel a little bit overwhelmed. So there's an overwhelmed feeling here. There's the Two of Wands. So overwhelmed with the need to make a decision in order of how to move forward. And there's that protective cat again. Both of these, the Queen of Wands. Got the little kitty here. It's a very strong power animal. Maybe you have a cat. But it reminds me right now, it's saying instincts. Your instincts have been upgraded. Not feeling very motivated to make this decision. But consult some friends, people that really know you. Take some work to figure out your strengths and your desires within the puzzle of it all. What you learned, why you had to go through that, which you probably already explored. But how does it build you forward into getting this 10 of Pentacles? Look at this. This is amazing. This is where you're heading. Happy family, maybe a dog, old age. You're gonna live a lot longer now. It's a beautiful thing here. You really did your part. taking actions out of emotion. And we have that Four of Swords again. Taking time to reflect before any future battles. So you might have, I don't know why this is coming up, but PTSD is coming up. So like whenever you come up with a situation where you've been triggered and you're trying to make, and you're supposed to make a decision, but you can't think clearly because from your toes to your ears, you start to tremble, you start to shake, and things come out before you can even really think of them. You're triggered into flight or fight response, and it's not even necessary. It's just normal everyday stuff. So there could be some things that you're still dealing with regards to getting through this transformative cycle or situation in order to gain that strength. It is a sign of strength. Don't let it bring you down. Don't let it keep you from making the actions that you need to take in order to get to your abundance. Don't be afraid. It only makes you stronger, and with practice, you'll get there. With meditation, being out in nature, you'll master that emotional response that isn't serving you anymore. But there's still something there for it to teach you. Okay, that was Aquarius. Thank you very much. So many lovely people. All right, so now we've got the Pisces. Lovely Pisces, 137. All right, this is for Pisces for April 20th through 30th. What's going on with the fishies? Little fishes. How's the stream these days? How's the ocean? All right, so we got for the Pisces for April 20th through 30th. What's going on with them? Period of rest. Taking time to rest. Literally going within and doing nothing. Yep, doing nothing. I don't see this as a bad, I don't see this Ace of Pentacles in reverse as negative, because all I feel is like sanctuary. I don't have to do anything. I can do nothing and fantasize and dream all day. You know, major introvert attitude right here. Something isn't changing. I'm not getting that negatively either. These came out sideways. It's a Seven of Pentacles and Temperance. It's kind of like sitting in all the hard work. You've done the work. There's nothing else needed to be done. So now you just have to be patient. Listen. I'm getting listen. I think that's a message for me though. Listen. And wait. Take your time. What else for Pisces? That weird. Maybe it's time to get up, start doing work again. Maybe you're not working hard enough. Avoiding conflict, kind of sitting in fantasy world, La La Land. Well, that's me some days. I'm Pisces myself. Yeah, this feels like missing your friends. Judgment. Seriously. I think you're just focusing on yourself. You're taking time to work on yourself. You're avoiding conflicts. You're thinking about all your options. You're bringing your friends into the equation, maybe having long conversations with them on the phone, you know, finding things to celebrate with them, imagining how you're going to celebrate when this is all over. Like, what are you going to do about certain situations? What are you going to change when this is all over? And again, really nurturing yourself. Nice. Not really much to say about that. Let's get some advice though for the Pisces. I love the Pisces. I am a Pisces, but I love the Pisces. My favorites are Scorpio. Shh. Just kidding. Okay, Pisces. I think I made someone mad. You can still see me. Okay, cool. Oh, made someone mad. I'm on the last video that had happened. For real, for real. See if I can get through this.